Robin.
Ladies and gentlemen, in studio, Bob Kelly. It's been a while. Our old friend is back. And we also have Galagher. You haven't met Galagher yet, have you, Bob?
No, I haven't. But I know of him, of course.
Bob Kelly's a very good comedian.
How are you? Nice
very good stand-up comedian, for real.
Well, I hear he's going to be on Letterman. I knew Dave when he was sitting across the street from the Comedy Store and with George Miller, and they'd watch Leave It to Beaver all day. I said, Dave, you need to work on your act. He said, I don't need an act. I'm going to have a talk show. He knew he was going to have a talk show. He didn't have to, really be a touring comedian. You're going sure.
I'll mention that to him.
Well, I wanted to talk to him about my new idea for a Cowtown here in the Broadway area of New York, but now I've decided Rosie O'Donnell is the best person to talk to. She loves theater, and she's got a show on this satellite.
This very platform.
Here's what I'm thinking. The Chinese, Japanese, Italians love Western. They love rodeo and the cowboy whole thing. We don't have that on Broadway. It's no fun. I want to walk down a board sidewalk making chinky sounds with my spurs, with my chick in a big gown, go to Delmonico's, get a steak, go to a saloon, have a drink with a tinkly piano, and then go and see a good Western band that's touring. So I want to put dirt on one of the streets. You know how they have block parties and they just block it off? Yeah. We need dirt on the street so that the stuntmen can fall off of the second story and have gunfights in the street and ride a pony. Why couldn't you ride a pony? Isn't this fun? I was on Broadway last night, and it's not any fun. I saw Catherine Zeta-Jones in like this old-fashioned play, and it hardly had a joke in it anywhere, and it was about sex all night, and not even one joke. Hey, you want to hear my Tiger Woods joke? There's this beautiful girl in a wheelchair. Does Tiger make a move? No, he only fucks everything that walks.
See?
Well, I've heard a lot of Tiger jokes, but I like mine.
Now, Galagher, you were just showing off a picture of
my girlfriend's daughter. I have a new girlfriend for about 6 months. I've been living in Richmond, Indiana, because I met her at a show, and I'm working my way down.
All right, breathe.
I used to be famous, and now I'm on my way down. Look at the places I'm working now. I'm in some place in Danbury, Treehouse Comedy Club.
I work there. It's good.
Stone
It's a good guy.
Yeah, but you're on your way up. Yeah. I'm on my way down.
No, I'm actually paused in the middle.
Brokerage Club. I'm at the Brokerage Club in Belmore, New York. I never even heard of this thing. It doesn't sound like a fun place. Does it sound fun?
It's a good place. I work there.
If you were a fun place, would you call yourself Brokerage?
The Brokerage. I know, that is kind of
I like the Stone Pony, but if you're going to have drugs, give them to people, not to the horse.
Oh. Now, what is this with the daughter of the... Let's see the picture.
Wait. Before he gets there, though, Ant, there's a story about the woman he's dating. Now, you just live in Richmond, Indiana now? Where do you
I want to
usually
get
live?
the daughter out of the house. I want her a career in L.A. I got $3 million houses out there. That's why I'm traveling around the country. I got to make interest payments until the market comes back around.
Why don't you move her to L.A.? It sounds like a better place to live than this Richmond, Indiana.
Or New York,
New York.
It's modeling,
I heard about this girl you're dating.
There's more beautiful girls in L.A. I need New York. They're not beautiful here.
Someone take a sledgehammer and hit him over the head. Galagher, tell Anthony about the girl you're dating. I heard the story. She's got some issues, possibly. She leaves me every time we go to a bar.
Why?
I don't stand outside the bathroom when she comes out and I'm taking pictures with people. And she's right. If you take a woman to a place, you ought to be at her side, but I'm Galagher.
You're Galagher.
It won't work. I should be having sex with you. Yeah, well, she says, you're Galagher, all right, but you're my man. You're my man, and I'm learning. I've been always marrying young girls, and now I've got a woman, you see. She's 45, I'm 63.
Tell me
but her
daughter's
20. You got to see this daughter.
That's what I'm getting at.
Unbelievable.
Man, if you want
Perfect
to pawn her off.
I'm not pawning her. I'm pimping her.
No,
hey, you want to see Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No, let me see the daughter, for fuck's sake.
I froze to death
Gallagher.
last night waiting outside the stage
You're
door.
too famous to be freezing to death to get a celebrity photo.
I know it. I'm working my way down, like I told you. But I'm going to remake New York. I'm going to go to the mayor's office. He needs to hear about this. Wouldn't this be fun to have a Western area? We could call it.
I kind of like the idea.
Cowtown.
The daughter.
It's dying.
Let's
check
take a
out
look.
this chick.
Holy shit. Wow. Available?
Go to the list and you'll see the others. Yeah, I need to get her away from the losers she's hanging out with in Richmond.
Does her mother mind that you're
phone.
lusting after her, her daughter?
Not lusting. I'm selling. I'm pimping. I'm getting her a job.
All right, that's her.
How much of this world is about sex? I mean,
Anthony,
really.
how hot is she?
Wow.
She's blonde, blue eyes.
She's
How
pretty.
old is she?
20. She just turned 20, had a birthday the day after Christmas, and she has really long eyelashes. I want to get her a Maybelline commercial. I took her to the Ford agency here on the day where they let amateur people come in, and they were impressed with her. Because all the other chicks are like too skinny, they're coked out and all.
Well, she's not.
Cracked out.
You're now people go, oh, she's fat. She's
no, she's from the Midwest.
Oh, so she's got a big rump? Big rump?
No, it's just the Midwest.
What's the problem with her?
America lives
She's
between
not perfect.
L.A. and New York. That's why I'm still performing.
Hook me up.
If I was just in L.A. or New York, I wouldn't have a career anymore. But
how are the boobies on her? Good? She's got the nice boobs.
Oh, my God.
Good enough. You don't want to take away from your face.
Yeah.
Good of you to ask, though. I'll never have sex again. Hey, I'm going to be rich the next time. I won't even need
You said that last time.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened to all these get-rich schemes?
I finally got to Bally's, and they're helping to develop my slot machine software.
I remember. Tell Bobby about the slot machine.
It takes forever. You think the world likes new ideas?
Gallagher, we got new listeners. We're blowing up.
All right, 3 watermelons are falling to the pay line.
Right.
They could either bounce off the pay line, crack in half, or bust in a bunch of little pieces. You're a winner if the action matches. So now think girls in bikinis are coming down in parachutes. They could either do the splits or their top could fall off or one boob could get long and go back up again. So it's more entertaining than the slot machine. They're nuts if they think the kids that are playing video games today are going to go in and sit down at grandma's slot machines.
Never.
This business is about to go bankrupt when this new generation, those old people are going to die. They're not taking care of each other, of themselves. They're smoking. They're on oxygen. They're smoking with an oxygen bottle.
They're playing the slot machines.
They're going to die, and they're not ready for the new generation. But I'm a visionary. I see it, and I've got the patent on it. You can go to uspto.gov and see my patent.
I'll
do that when I go
one goes
home.
to a .gov site, Gallagher.
Well, that's where the patent is. My patent. I'm just proving I'm not bullshit. Everybody in Hollywood's bullshit. I was supposed to be in the Little Fockers movie 2 weeks before Christmas. They said, now, can you come down? Wait a minute. We're not quite ready. We're not quite ready. They just called yesterday and said they're not even going to let me in the movie. So I'd like everyone who's my fan to contact the Fockers movie and say it would have been a good idea to have Galagher in there. I was supposed to perform at a birthday party, but that's okay. Jack Black's documentary company is going to follow me around in my life. And as I go to these different people, like I want to go see Rosie, I want to go see the mayor, they'll kind of document me trying to get the world to think outside the box. Check this out. You know who's going to be the mayor of Cowtown here in New York? Yao Ming. Because the Chinese love rodeo. I work for Buddy Lee Productions. What? I want Yao Ming. Check it out. He's got a hairline fracture in his foot.
What happened?
He can't live the rest. I mean, he can't play basketball the rest of his life.
No.
He needs to have a touring rodeo. Hey, the biggest show ever was the.
He just takes lefts.
No, I have a lot of ideas.
Yeah,
I have a lot of ideas. He needs to have a touring rodeo show in China. And because the Buddy Lee production said that the Chinese contacted them and wanted a rodeo show over there. And I said, well, you need a figurehead celebrity. Let's use Yao Ming, because I've invented a Yao Boy hat. Now, what this is Yao Ming on the front of the cowboy hat was spinning a lariat, and then you hang a little basketball from the front brim, and you do your head to try to get that basketball
through
to go
the lariat.
Through the lariat. It's a Yao Boy hat.
A lasso.
Hey, listen, the object of life is to sell something to every Chinese guy. And they'll all want a Yao Boy. Look, I made millions off of sledge rhyming with veg. Now I got cow rhyming with Yao. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire. Besides my slot machine
the Chinese
software.
thing is very big, because if you could even get a small percentage of those Chinese people to buy stuff, wow.
I'm talking about Yao Boy hat. It just comes to me. I'm making a horsey. You know how grandpas...
horsey?
Well, you know how they like to put their grandchild on their knee and jump up and down?
Yes.
Well, I'm putting a horse on your knee. I'm putting a horse there, a little saddle with a neck and the head, and so the kid can hold on.
And you put it over your knee.
You strap it to it.
You got a patent on that?
Yeah. And I've got... You know how girls like to put...
kind of a good idea.
The patent office must
Kind of a good idea.
Fucking, here's
kind of
another
a good
Galagher.
idea. Right.
Here is Galagher. Let's open this up and see what he's got this time.
Hey, how about this one? You know how girls like to put their glasses or sunglasses up on top of their head? I've got them so they turn into a what's it called when the diamonds in it?
A tiara?
I'm 63. I can't think of anything anymore. I don't even remember how to remember.
How does it turn into a tiara?
Well, I've got a tiara on the side that swings around to the front. Half a tiara.
That's a dumb idea.
It is not. Chicks like it.
I don't like that idea.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you're not in tune with your feminine side.
Girls do like tiaras.
Hey, can I sing my boob song? I need music to this.
Well,
I'm a rooter for the Hooters. I'm a fan of the gland. Just a knocker-gocker, in other words, a man. I try to look girls in the eye, but that ain't who I am. I'm a cripple for the nipple and the part that don't get tanned. How about that?
That is a song about breasts.
How can you miss with that?
Did you copyright that?
For my reincarnation coming back in uplift bra, I want to lug them jugs and be with women in the raw. I want to hug them haystacks, every little straw. I want to tease them double D's, I be the chief, me squeeze 'em squaw.
Whoa, damn.
Well, you know, I've already had hit records. I started off in the novelty record area with Jim Stafford. We had the first song about, I'm 63, you know, in the 70s. In the 70s, we had My Girl Bill. This was the first song about homosexuals.
No way.
Yeah, look it up on the internet if you want. My Girl Bill. And he had spiders and snakes. We had the first song about dope, with Wildwood Weed on one album.
Called Rich Voss.
Hey, you're talking about a pioneer here. You know, before me, nobody smashed anything on stage. There's Blue Man Group, there's Quar, there's Insane Clown Posse. You know,
Quar.
Yeah.
Quar
You're not
or Quar?
Quar, Quar. You're not hip to teen shit? I hear about it because the stagehand says, what you started, Galagher. Now we have to put plastic on the chair.
Or should I?
What?
I'm going to attempt a question.
Go ahead.
You have a lot of patents.
Yeah.
A lot of inventions. A lot of ideas.
Yeah, I got a toilet that doesn't overflow when the kids put the toilet paper in it. They're building it right now in China.
Have any of these ideas come to...
Yeah, that toilet idea would be happening if they were building buildings.
Any of these ideas on the market? In the marketplace.
Well, I was just at the gaming convention in Las Vegas, and for the fifth time, 5 years, I was pitching my idea of
the watermelon thing.
Yeah,
right, the slot
and
machine
finally, Bally's said, "Yeah, we like this idea. We want to develop this game with you, Galagher." They're also going to make a 3D slot machine of Galagher that squirts the person when they win. It'll be a little spray.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Galagher.
Yeah.
Why aren't you in Vegas at a hotel?
Because they don't
6 nights a week.
They don't want the mess. But they copy me. They've got Blue Man Group there, and they hand out ponchos there.
All the comedians that at later in their careers, they go to Vegas and they make not to die. Not to
The
die,
elephant burial ground.
but they make millions of dollars, and they
No,
they're-
they don't.
Oh,
No, they
abso-fucking-lutely.
don't. Oh, no. Well, I know everybody. I know George. He says he's the best 10 o'clock show. I mean, he's the only 10 o'clock show.
George Wallace?
Yeah. He's his best 10 o'clock show. And Carrot Top, you know, he just gets by there at that pyramid. It's not the greatest place. There's too much happening. Otherwise, the Cirque du Soleil shows wouldn't do good. You have to be multinational. You can't have language in your show. And who in the hell wants to get splashed and then go into the casino? It doesn't work in L.A.
So,
it does. I mean,
so
in
maybe you
Vegas.
don't smash anything anymore.
I make plenty at these little clubs. It's fine. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I like the
enjoy
tricycle
life.
with the car door on it. What's wrong with that? That's not messy.
But I'd love to go see.
No, but
I'd
that
love to
you
Vegas.
can't. Well, look here. I'm doing an interview with you people, and you want me to smash,
ya?
and it's radio. It's radio, and
I
I'm
was saying the
smashing.
same thing this morning. I'm like, what the fuck? Are we crazy?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
nobody, you see, it was the best and the worst thing that ever happened to me, you know?
Yeah.
People don't realize what a skilled monologist that I am.
That's a big word. I don't know. What
And
it
I
means.
also, you know, I'm a visionary. If I was president of the United States, I would never send in average people that signed up for the military to fight in foreign wars. As long as our prisons are full of gang members, these are people who want to kill somebody. And you wouldn't even have to give them weapons. You give them any crap and they make shit out of it.
Valid point.
I always have valid.
point.
Everything I say is the truth. You know why Ted Kennedy didn't mind having brain cancer?
Why?
Because he wanted to have a hole in his head like his brothers.
Oh.
I step up
Jesus.
and I exhibit freedom of speech.
Yes.
I'll say those things. And this is why we're in foreign lands, you
Why
know.
you're not in Vegas. I get.
Well, I'm a Midwest guy. I travel between the two. I'm not going
Where
to
you
kiss
from?
ass.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida, which is the state with the unusual shape. If the United States was a person, Florida would make it a man.
Yes. Penis, of course.
Wow, he's breathing.
And
Gallagher's
you,
breathing.
And
Uncircumcised.
you live now in Indiana.
Well, when I can get by there, you know. My next shows are going to be in Wisconsin and Minnesota. It's not the best idea at this time.
What, you're going up there in winter?
Well, who knew that? Who knew at the time? It could have been good
you
weather.
can book these things better.
No, you can't. How do
Minnesota's
you
like an August,
how do you
late
avoid-
July thing.
Oh, I go there twice a year.
Yeah.
I love the. I end up at all these Indian casinos.
What's your poison?
What do you mean? What do I do?
Gambling wise?
No, I don't
drug-wise?
gamble. I just observe human behavior and improve what's happening. That's my lot in life. As a comedian, I can't participate in life. I would lose my objectivity.
So you just observe.
Jesus.
I observe.
And help
And I
mankind
tell
evolve.
people what they're doing.
Right.
People, if you're a part of a political party or you're represented by a corporation, then you're not going to be objective. You're not going to
Right.
tell them what they're doing
You have
wrong.
too much self-interest.
Yeah, and it's the duty. Politicians don't tell the truth. Bill Clinton said oral sex is not considered sex because, of course, he was engaging in it, and
Yes.
he didn't want to say that. But there's old men in my audience every night. If they have oral sex, I know they're going to count it. And his wife, Hillary, she went to Montana one time because they told me, and she said she's good with a gun. Nobody there believed her because Bill's still alive. So being in politics is just lying or being stupid. I mean, can you imagine having an affair with a chick while you're running for president, or even the governor of New Jersey trying to sneak down to, you know, Bill Clinton called that guy, Elliot, and he says, you're
It
not
was New
paying
York,
for
yeah.
it, are you? He says, don't you have an intern program?
That's good, right, Bobby?
Elliot Spitzer.
I kind of like that one.
Wow, Gallagher.
What are you talking about? Well, I talked for 3 hours before I ever smash food.
Hey,
Of
how's the
course.
day trading going?
It's okay. It's all right. But like I said, I've got a lot of these ideas that are businesses of my own that I need to work on.
Is your house just packed with shit over the years?
One of them is.
Are you a hoarder?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you wouldn't throw it away, would you, if you'd used it in a video and it was a really funny prop? I've got a foam rubber steamroller at my house that I made for my next Showtime special, and they never had one. And so I've had the damn thing for 25 years.
What was the gag?
Well, I was going to squash kids. After you squash watermelons, then you squash kids. Because these parents are not punishing their kids. They're schmucks They're acting like they're friends. That's why the kids won't pull their pants up and they're getting tattoos. I saw a girl with a tattoo on her face yesterday on TV.
Really?
On one of these reality shows, and only that boxer was supposed to be the guy stupid enough to put it on
Mike
your
Tyson,
face.
yeah.
Now they've invaded the face. What, you have a tattoo? What do you think of girls having a tattoo on their face?
I mean, if it's like small enough and off to the side, I mean, like maybe like 1 or 2 stars, like Kat Von D has or something.
I don't know.
But what about if they get old? I mean, a tattoo is like permanent.
Put on
You're making
Captain
a
Nero.
decision for the rest of your life, and you're going to have this little pic. Why not just get a tablet if you feel artistic? I mean, why use your body? I don't get it. You know the new business
Bobby's
now
got tattoos. You want to see Bobby's tattoos?
is removing tattoos. That's a big business now. You know why the tattoo ink stays in your skin? Because there's a chemical on the outside that keeps the body from attacking it. And so to remove the tattoo, they neutralize that chemical, and it bubbles to the surface as a blue scab. Isn't that insane?
Wow, yeah.
But you don't have a tattoo.
No. He
right.
does. Bobby does. You want to see Bobby's?
No. I don't want to.
He's got a koi fish.
I don't. It doesn't matter.
Bobby, show him your tattoo.
It's not very coy.
Just show Galagher. I want to see.
I'll show it.
Yeah, I want to see your reaction when you see Bobby's obnoxious, over-the-top tattoo.
Yeah, that's a little too much, and it has cartoon colors.
Cartoon colors.
Well, I don't know, man. What were you thinking?
Thinking loneliness.
Do
my
something to be
career is
accepted.
paused.
Why not get the picture on your belly with an arrow pointing toward your dick?
I don't want to get a tattoo that big.
You don't want girls to say, I really like your arm.
Prop tattoos are the worst. When there's like a fucking arrow like that, or some kind of like a prop tattoo where it's like they use the belly button as something. Or I saw one that like a guy had a chick on his arm, and it looked like her legs would spread, and she had a big hairy bush because his armpit was hairy.
That's kind of cool.
No, it is cool.
You should get that one.
What?
You should get the
there it is.
You should get the tattoo of the guy with the lawnmower and put it on your head.
He pops it up right away. This world is
Danny
so
is the best.
high tech. You know, I've got two website ideas. One of them, one of them is little Galagher runs around on your phone chasing celebrities, and when I catch him with my hammer and I smack him, the truth comes out, and they quit lying. My other
You
one,
think Tiger Woods is? What do you think of Tiger Woods?
well, what do you think? I just told a joke about him. I mean, he's pretty damn stupid.
Yeah,
He can't
thank
even
you,
be
Danny.
faithful to his girlfriend.
No one was listening. I want you to get that tattoo.
Oh,
the
that's
guy
the
with the
guy
lawnmower,
mowing.
and we'll put it on the top of your head.
I like
Galagher.
it. I like it.
You could.
Yeah, but a
you could
joke
rock that
doesn't
one.
need to be on your body permanently. That's
could get
kinda
old real quick.
You know, we don't know the definition of stupid anymore because it's the style. It used to be stupid for people to walk along the street talking out loud. But with these Bluetooth earpieces now, you can't tell when they left the door open to the insane asylum because, you know,
It was only crazy people that walked
we
around
don't know
talking
what
to themselves.
crazy is. We don't know. You know, if a kid with his pants half down is facing the wall, it looks like he's peeing on the wall. I asked the cops the other day, I said, what is the definition of indecent exposure? And he says he has to see the brown round.
Oh, shit.
So if it's a guy like you that's like really white, you can pee without
There you
getting
go.
arrested. I mean, it's a confusing world we live in. That's why the kids are screwed up, is that we don't have the definition of anything. You watch the football games. We had to do a replay on every, play to make sure his foot was down. Did he have possession? I mean, trying to stop the arguments.
Big football fan?
Oh, yeah.
Who's your team?
I guess the Cowboys, because I want Jerry Jones to be a sponsor of my Cowtown here in New York.
Cowtown
He's
in
not
New
going to listen
York.
to you.
What?
And the mayor.
Have you been to the new stadium?
I got
the
I
big-
lost that. I had a picture of it. I stayed in a motel across from it. There's a funky little motel for $50 across the street. It's really stupid. But I was at a casino 2 nights ago across from. Hey, have you ever been to Tulsa? There's these praying hands there at Oral Roberts University. Across the street is an Indian casino. I can't believe
Gallagher,
it.
you've been in the business.
Oh, you're going to prove it to him? Show him.
You've been in the business almost 50 years. You shouldn't be staying in $50 a night fucking hotels hotel rooms.
It's funny.
Treat yourself.
It's funny.
He goes, it's funny.
It's funny. Who cares?
there
I
they
sleep
are.
in my car a lot. Who needs that? I go to the next. See, there's the praying hands. I was trying to talk them into my family reunion resorts, which I probably talked about the last time I was here. These are places where families to get together. I want to strengthen America's families by giving them a place to get together. It's a big open room surrounded by bedrooms. I want to call it 40 doors. And you cook in the middle and you smell the food of your ethnicity, and you bond. It's about bonding.
Bed and breakfast. We were talking about bed and
No,
breakfast.
this ain't a bed and breakfast. This is
It's a bed and breakfast. I like the idea, but it's been invented already.
There's it's no fun to go down the hallway.
40 rooms.
40 rooms, plus, a building is the set for the scenes of our lives. This is dramatic. When you leave the group and go in your room, everybody can see. And when you come out again, then everybody can see.
I understand.
And there's a girl's
You're into
bathroom.
watching.
Well, there's no place for bridesmaids to get together. Did you see my big fat Greek wedding?
Yes.
What a wonderful time they had the night before the wedding. There's no place to do that at a hotel. You can't have makeup, mirrors, and places to hang gowns. Everybody gets married, and there's no place for the preparation of a marriage. It's a production, like a video or a movie. It needs to have a place.
You are full of ideas.
I should rule the world. Just let me set things up. I wouldn't put telephone poles next to the road. What a stupid idea to put an immovable object next to where you're
I've been
driving.
saying that for years. You're
and
right.
then if you don't hit the pole and kill yourself, there's a sidewalk. You can kill people.
And in most cases, you could at least move the telephone pole like 10, 20 feet off the road. But no, it has to be right next to the road.
Please. And then why would you drive from the front seat? Drive from the back seat. Put the kids in the front seat. Parents would drive
And
safer.
why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
Why is net zero $9.95? That's what I want to know.
It used to be free.
Yeah, well, that's to get its identity, and then it turns into a liar, just like you think you're going to get sex for free when you get married, and it'll cost you more than hookers. I guess Tiger Woods is learning that now. He should have just bought hookers. That was a little.
He's going to lose $300 million, Galagher.
She hit him in the face and broke his eye orb and his cheek.
How do you
That's
know
why
that?
he's not, because I know golfers. And they told me, while, he was playing poker upstairs at his house till late, and he takes Ambien to go to sleep. So he falls asleep, leaves the phone on the poker table. She finds it, and she gets so mad because of all the text messages. She gets a 3-iron and goes, and isn't that ironic? And even ironic is ironic because iron is in the word ironic. Can you believe it?
He might be telling the truth.
It's an exclusive.
We have an exclusive that no one's going to pay attention to.
This is why he can't show his face. But it's embarrassing also that your wife, you're the biggest golfer and you get hit in the face with a golf club. Don't have clubs around now. What if he was a baseball player? He'd be dead.
Who told you this?
A golfer that I met at the
Write it down. We won't say
at the convention.
Professional golfer.
Yeah, I got to think about who he. What's that? Look, see, I've been telling the truth all day, and now he wants me to verify this.
You know something? I believe him.
I think the story's pretty,
Hey, do you like any of his
close.
girlfriends? Who's your favorite Tiger girlfriend? Which one would you be with?
We love the Perkins waitress.
Well, she looks really good in one picture and really ugly in another picture. That's what I can't
get
figure
enough
out.
of the Perkins waitress.
Look, I can't figure out.
redhead?
That's
Is
the
that a
bad
redhead?
picture. She had sex in the back seat, and she says he only wants me for sex, but she agreed to it in the back seat.
Well,
This
yeah.
is what started it. Is they have video of him screwing her in the back seat in a parking lot.
Wow.
Right, because he had to have it so bad, and she wasn't.
Wait, how do you know that?
Well, that's common knowledge that they have that. They have that video.
No one else is reporting it. I know there's a sex
Well,
tape
he's keeping it-
that's being shopped that could be Tiger. They're not really sure yet or whatever.
But why would she
Our
agree
favorite,
to
though,
it?
was that blonde.
I like the blonde.
one of the last ones that came out.
what the hell was her name? Shit.
Jamie,
Nah, I hated Jamie.
No, I didn't like her.
Holly something?
I can't remember. Come on, stupid people.
Holly Sampson.
But why? Here's the deal, though. Why,
Bobby? You gave up.
Why?
No, dude. I just was that shit that happened to Tiger freaks me out.
But Tiger didn't really go at this like a businessman and choose a person, by having somebody help him. It's just who he bumps into, like waitresses and the hostess at the bar.
Yeah.
He's like us. I mean, that's how we score with chicks. He's got all this money. He should be like Michael Jackson. Go to the Orient and get these people for nothing.
You banged some of these waitresses at the comedy clubs over the years?
Oh yeah, my first girlfriend in L.A. was a waitress. Her name was Robin Riker. She ended up on Showtime on the Brothers show. It was the first show about homosexuals on TV, and then she was the star. Look, you can look her up, Robin Riker. She was the star of Alligator, where these alligators are loose in the sewers of New York. And
I remember that. That was a good movie.
Remember that movie? I paid for the cast party for that damn movie because they were so cheap. The rap party, that they did.
There she is.
Yeah,
there. You do all right, man.
Well, that was my first
It got
girlfriend.
better from there?
Well, it got different.
Is it getting...
I got different. You don't want to be with an actress if your career is on the way up because, I wanted somebody that wasn't in show business. So my daughter's mother wasn't in show business.
Yeah. And but now the daughter wants to get into some kind of show business.
No, that's my girlfriend, my new girlfriend's daughter.
Oh, okay, all
my
right.
daughter is the catering director of the Four Seasons in Westlake Village, California, where Dole has his, no, not Dole, is the other guy,
McCain.
No, it's like
McDonald's.
No, he owns the island of Lanai. I went there. He moved all the pineapple growing from Lanai to the Philippines. And they put a hotel there. I can't remember how to remember. It has to do with it. You're right. Oprah dropped by, though. There's a TV studio there, and she might make her show there. Oprah lives down. She lives in Santa Barbara.
Are you getting good tail nowadays?
What?
I know you're with somebody, but how's
what do you mean? I'm with somebody. 6 months.
Well, before 6 months.
6 months ain't shit.
You know the reason I come on your show and not Howard Stern is that we
don't go down that road.
Howard always asks me, how much money I have left and do I get any
get any ass?
Right.
And you want to talk about your ideas.
Well, the world is bigger than just that. I mean, what is that? Who cares? Does anybody really care about that? I think you're going to get so many phone calls, emails, and text
I'm just glad you know the difference.
Ideas.
I'm just glad you know the difference between the two shows. So I thank.
But the thing is, we never asked. So if we ask once, that's all right.
We could ask a little bit. That's all.
Just once.
As long as my hammer is stiff.
There you go. All right.
Is that a Galagher jacket?
Yeah.
Really? Like
it's from the 80s.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. See, it has my...
Is that a one of a kind or the people...
This was for my whole group. I used to have a tour group, truck drivers, sound men, T-shirt guys.
Did you settle it with your brother? We have an update on that?
No, I'm not interested in him anymore. I have so many fans. Why deal with my family?
That was the craziest story ever, though.
Well, that was weird, too, because when I first started comedy in Boston, I remember Galagher was coming, but then it wasn't him, it was your brother.
Well, I needed to stop Carrot Top from doing a splashing act in small clubs. Because he was copying me, the striped shirt, the mic around the neck, the box full of props, and he had my manager, he had my sound man, and he had my bus driver.
Carrot Top.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my old manager was trying to put me out of business. So I told my brother to go into the comedy clubs and at that time I had about 8 hours of material. I had 8 one-hour shows on Showtime. So I told my brother to do jokes from the first 4, which I weren't doing anymore.
That's a great idea.
And to try to stop
it's a great idea because
plus he didn't have a job.
Hold on. And you're in, big theaters at this point or whatever, and bigger than that.
I can't go to these little places, so I sent my brother.
On paper, it sounded like a great idea.
So I used the guy guy out of Louisville who owns the Comedy Caravan there, Tom Sobel. He knows every comedian's act and where they are. All the club owners call him and say somebody dropped out, who would fit in with this flow of this show, and he'll tell them and send the guy or the girl. And he managed him and booked him for 4 or 5 years. But my brother was such an asshole that the girls in his office says, "Do we have to deal with Ron?" And he says, "Nah, we're done with him." And so then my brother ran across a bunch of unscrupulous promoters who decided to say, if we charge 22 instead of 12, they'll be confused as to whether it's Galagher or not. We're giving it away, charging $12, and they make twice as much money. So that's what they started doing, and it confused the audience around the country because people didn't want to see my brother if it was my show. And so I told him, I said, you have to stop, and he wouldn't stop. So I had to take him to patent court. I took him to copyright court. And that's so. Don't tell me about patents and copyright not being important. That's how I stopped him.
Wow.
I not only stopped him from doing my act, I stopped him from having a mustache and wearing a hat.
Are you serious?
I almost stopped him from fucking my old girlfriend.
Holy shit!
Because it's I had patented my logo. I got the copyright on it.
But because of that, you don't talk to any of your family anymore, right?
Oh yeah, I talk to my brother. I have another brother who taught almost all of the Navy jet pilots for the last 2 decades. My brother Jerry Galagher is a teacher at the Patuxent River Naval Air Station in Maryland and at the test pilot school there, and he teaches jet pilots how to fly them planes.
Does your brother, your other brother, does he look like you? I mean, were people disappointed when they showed up?
When he grew the mustache and wore the hat, yeah, it kind of looked like
people
Galagher.
Are stupid. Kinda. They don't know. What he would do is he would turn the music up so they couldn't talk before the show, and
and he had all the tricks.
Yeah, well, here's the best trick: was he would have them sign their credit card voucher in the lobby before the show. So then they all thought, well, I can't get my money back. I just signed. What's worse than that is he had his wife in the lobby doing that, and they had 3 kids at the time. So he was actually leaving his kids with a multinational nanny while he took her on the road to make sure he cheated good.
Wow. That's a crazy life to live.
But does he even sound, because you have a distinctive voice.
Yeah.
I mean, your voice is, you silhouette your voice. So does he sound like you? I mean, or does he sound completely different?
I think he sounds different. Every night I meet somebody that looks more like me than my brother. Just because we have the same parents, it doesn't. But you use the word silhouette. That's French. How did it feel in your mouth?
Touché.
Doesn't it feel faggy? I am so sick of French words. I hate fiancé. Do you ever say this is my fiancé?
No.
What a stupid. French people have a big nose. That's why they like to honk it, and that's what they go fiancé like that, like restaurant.
You don't mind feeling faggy though, right?
I hate French words. If we're English, we're descended from the Vikings. I know you are because you have red hair and you have no color.
Yeah.
You're from those islands up there.
Oh, wow.
And you're descended from people who rape and pillage and plunder. That's why you're interested in these things.
Why would we still use like a liaison?
Instead of sex, because we want to lie.
Yeah,
French people invented lying and half-truths. Right? Instead of saying, I have perverted friends, you have a menage a trois.
Yeah, yes.
And instead of saying, I'm screwing this chick, you say, I want you to meet my protege.
Sabotage.
All the military terms are French because of that little short Napoleon, who was actually a Mexican. He was a Mexican who went over there.
Was he?
And he invented, sabotage, espionage, battalion, and all the words having to do with the military. They still use them on the news. They talk about a sortie. They fly on a sortie. Yeah. Doesn't that sound gay? I was on a sortie and I found a weapons cache. And then this is why the kids make low grades in spelling, is the French words that have G's in them for no damn reason, like design. What in the hell is a G do? Or sign? I mean, what the hell is it hanging out there? Or foreign? Or sovereign?
Hey, Galagher, how do you shut down your brain so you can sleep at night?
I'm up with Tiger.
How many hours
texting me?
How many hours sleep do you get a night?
4 is enough.
Tops, right?
Well, when you get old, you don't sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
What happens?
I don't know. You're going to find out.
Well,
you worry about
all
your
will.
prostate. I have to go to the doctor when I'm not sick just to have him look for something that God hid up my ass. I don't know why he just didn't put it on my elbow. That would have been really nice. You know, I could believe
You might
God
want to
loves
contact
me.
God on that one. That's
Maybe,
a good
yeah, you
idea.
should patent that.
I'm pissed about the cracks between my teeth. If he knew I was going to use them to eat with, why put cracks? You know,
That's a good point, too.
Barney the dinosaur has one smooth tooth. Why can't we have
Why do
one
we need these
smooth?
separate teeth?
It doesn't make a bit of sense. And God makes you fall in love and want to kiss and puts a bumper, your nose, right in the way. A wet, drainy thing upside down over your mouth. He doesn't like you. You should switch your nose with your belly button. Then these kids could keep their pants up and diseases would be in their pants. And they would, you know, when they sneeze, their zipper would whistle. I haven't got it all figured out. But what the...
It makes perfect sense, though,
It
Bobby.
does make sense.
I'm with Galagher.
If I was designing the human body, I'd have one foot to the front and one to the back. Because if you were a Christmas tree, you'd fall over. Don't put both of the feet bending out the front. You can't even dance with a girl. You're going to step on her toes. You should bend her feet out the back so when you push chicks, they don't fall over so easy. And as long as they have support to the rear, put their tits on their back, and then men would slow dance a lot more. See, I've thought the whole thing out. I have.
Bobby.
He does observe.
It's good, right?
I agree.
I'm into boobs.
I like the whole
Listen
nose
to it
thing.
later.
It
I
makes total
fucking
sense.
rewind it a few times.
Yeah.
But what about two eyes on one side of your head and not the back? You have a rear view mirror in your car and your truck, and you got nothing. Close one eye, and you can move your head. You can see everything you need to see.
So just
put
put
an
another one on
eye
the
out.
back.
If God loved you, there'd be one. Look at your ears. They are stupid. They look like tumors. They're all wrinkled up. They're supposed to funnel the sound down that hole. If your dish at home looked like that, you wouldn't get one channel. Girls like their ears because they put their hair behind it, but when you put your head down, then the hair falls out. If God really loved girls, he'd give them longer ears with a barrette clip. But he's not thinking about it. He puts your butt so far back you can hardly reach it, and then you got to wipe it. You tell me why the God who invented the universe couldn't make an ass that slams shut. I'm just saying, think about this. You know, why not poop out the bottom of your foot? Then when you're done, you just scrape it along the ground. When you're constipated, you just stomp it. You stomp it, and when one's clogged up, you shit out the other one. What's the
It
problem?
makes perfect sense, Bobby.
You could just run some
makes perfect
intestine
sense.
down your
Well,
legs.
God wants you to think, and that's what I'm doing here. He gave you a brain. Actually, he gave you two brains. He gave you a left brain wired to your right hand, a right brain wired. He cross-wired you.
Yeah.
And these wires rub up against each other till you get old, then they short out and you have Alzheimer's. You can't remember where you live. And your wife knows this, and she says, why don't you go out and get some exercise?
He gives this so much thought.
You got to stop smashing stuff.
I'm the
and spend
smartest
more
guy
time
who was
with
ever
this on
stupid
stage.
enough to want to be a comedian.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Galagher, can we take a break and then you smash some stuff?
Yeah.
And we'll do more
What
of
are we
your
going to
ideas?
sell? What are we going to sell? You don't even know, huh? You just take a break and they put in a local commercial?
Oh, yeah. I could care less.
Nah, we
less
do
what
that.
they do.
Sometimes
No, you
you gotta read some
couldn't care
stuff.
less.
Couldn't
If you
care.
could care less,
Could care
then
less.
it could be more.
Yeah, it's an ask
Yeah.
thing.
I know it. People don't do this
I couldn't
right.
care less. You're
I
right.
know it. I hate
In
it.
English,
They just don't.
listen, Galagher.
This is why
care more.
Mexicans can't speak English. We don't say what we're saying. We say, instead of saying I'm busy, we say I have too much on my plate. You don't want to tell somebody bringing you your food you have too much on your plate. Or we say we're going to pay you under the table. That's why they're sitting under there on Friday. They're waiting for their check.
Hey, Galagher, you really have to leave at 10?
I don't have to go anywhere till Friday. But I'm gonna go to a play at 2:00. It's Wednesday. We got matinees. I want to see a play on Broadway. I've been thinking about that one about Carnage, God of Carnage.
I was told he has to leave at 10 o'clock.
Oh, it's some interview, but I don't give a fuck. I'm working in such little places.
Yeah, why don't you throw out a plug there?
I don't care.
No, I'll get the plug.
I don't care. It's probably for a show.
Galagher.
It's probably for a show in Eau Claire, but that's French, and I don't like the French. They were selling furniture to Saddam Hussein.
This is the place to be, right, Gallagher?
This is it. January 8th, you're going to be in Danbury, Connecticut at the Treehouse Comedy Club.
I was down in Asbury Park when the boss was rehearsing for his show the last
January
time.
9th, he's going to be in Asbury Park, New Jersey. the Stone Pony. And January 10th, you're going to be at Belmore.
It's all on my website. Even the Chinese know what I'm doing. You just, hey, I'm Googleable. If you put Galagher in there.
LiveNation.com or TreehouseComedy.com.
You don't care.
For tickets. January 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Go to the website.
You got to go see Galagher.
You have Galagher.
Unless you go see me.
You have Galagher.com.
Everybody wants to take a picture, and they can't operate their cameras. And they make them simple. They're really simple.
That frustrates you?
Because I'm grinning the whole time.
And you're waiting.
You look
I'm
silly.
waiting.
Gallagher, for real, if you have to do that interview.
No, I don't need to go anywhere.
We're going to take a break.
I'd like to solve the world's problems. Somebody needs to tell me a problem and rent my brain, and I'll give you the answer.
Do you have Gallagher.com? Do you have it?
No, I don't need it. If you just put Google, you just put Galagher in Google, you come up with my website. Near the top. Is that me right there? Currently
Comedy
number one on
Galagher.
there. Yeah, and then there's my...
It's currently number one. Currently number one if you type in Galagher, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I know one Galagher.
But I don't like this ad for the fat chick that I'm getting from Google. Look at that
What
ad.
is that?
I don't know. I hate it. Then there's this fat chick on my website the whole time. I'm trying to make a couple of bucks with Google.
How's that working out?
I don't know. I don't know. All my money goes to my office. They write the bills. I think I'm still rich. I don't give a shit. I don't know what's happening with money.
You gotta love Galagher. When we get back, we're gonna smash stuff.
Well, I let people smash at my show. I don't do the smashing. I let
let people smash.
Yeah, and then they take digital pictures and they put it on the websites. Can you go to my pics here and you'll see people.
Sure. I know. I was at your show last time you were at the Stress Factory.
Did you smash Stress Factory? That's the stupidest name for a comedy club. I tried to tell the guy. And there's a ladder out in front. Like, what's that got to do with it? And then the guy, he plays babies throwing up on video right before you come out. I said, I can't follow
the people
puking.
like it. The people like the
I don't want to follow it. You know about energy. He's just drained them, showing them the best videos for a half an hour.
He does the phone call. Did he do the phone call where he calls up, he does a little improv with the crowd? That's always a...
No, you shouldn't be a comedian if you own a club.
He's not.
He told the longest routine I have ever heard about his kid getting arrested. He called.
Oh, he's been telling that story for 5 years.
On and on and on. God almighty. That's the stress. That's the stress of working at that place.
Yeah, the comedians are stressed out. That's why.
Mitzi Shore never knew anything about comedy. She ran a club just fine. Of course, her kids aren't funny.
No.
When I go to radio stations, Pauly is the worst interview. Everybody says the worst interview they ever had was with Pauly Shore. I used to take him to Cub Scouts. I should have told him, now, Pauly, be prepared. Have some jokes and answer the questions. He's a jerk now because he's older. He's too old. He's in his mid-20s, and he was, about being young. But now he's, he's gawky and awkward because he's older than he should be.
I haven't seen him recently in any
He reminds me of Carrot Top. It's just kind of stupid. You don't want to be a punchline. The object of comedy is to be a legend like myself.
I think
not
you're
a punchline. Well,
you are a legend, Galagher.
I think there would never been a mosh pit if I hadn't smashed stuff off of the stage, because it's just the next thing. Food comes off the stage. Kids come off the stage. It's showing
you invented grudge.
I invented not caring about the fourth wall in theater and reaching out and using a theater as a fun place instead of looking like grandma's house with vases on tables and rococo, designs and boring shit. Yeah, gold. They're all gold.
Yeah,
what do you think? This is my life. I come into them and they've redone them. I said, did you redo it in fun shit? No, we redid the old stuff.
You're not afraid somebody might smash their own finger and sue you or something?
Yeah, you don't want a lawsuit.
Your finger is not there.
Yeah,
your,
but, your
hand.
Look, it's some woman. She can't swing the fucking hammer.
No, what I'm
right.
afraid of is they fucking hit me with it because I'm standing near it.
Yeah, that's
or they
true.
let go of it and it flies out in the audience
You
again.
look like a mad scientist in that picture,
Yeah,
guy.
how did that happen?
I am a mad scientist. I study subatomic particle physics all day long.
Yeah.
I'm turning the subatomic particles into action figures. I'm working with a Japanese cartoon company right
It's
now.
always Japan or China with him.
People don't know the difference between an electron and a photon. Let me ask you, what carries the signal to your cell phone, an electron or a photon?
Electron.
Electron. We all know
Electron.
that.
You're totally wrong.
It's a photon.
You schmuck,
I
you had
said
a
photon. I said
50-50
photon.
chance. Yes, it is a photon,
Of
part of
course
the
he's gotta
electron.
say that because we had the wrong answer, Gallagher. He just tricked you.
So?
So when,
People don't know the difference. Look,
Did you have-
an electron has mass. If you're putting your boob down to have a scan to see if there's cancer in there, you don't want to let something with mass go through your DNA. It could break it. People need to know the difference between a particle that has mass. You know, F equals ma. If it has mass,
Right.
then it can break your DNA. But, you know, people get cancer from X-rays.
Of course.
3%. Go on Wikipedia. Do cancer from stomach X-rays, and you'll find 3%, or it's 5% stomach,
I'm gonna check
3%
my
brain.
email.
Wow.
What if you take your kid to have a brain X-ray, 3 out of 100 get cancer from daddy checking? People need to know this. They're not aware. What about putting your phone up to your ear? Do you think you increase
See, now you're
the
showing your
risk?
age.
What?
You're showing your age.
Why?
Because we don't use our cell phones to make calls.
But now you're
what do
saying
you
that
use?
that's
We're
photon.
texting we're typing the whole time. Typing. We're going to get index
Well, that's
cancer.
another thing I'm going to fix.
Well,
There's
now
no
because of
reason
what you
for
said.
PQRS to be one letter. I mean, one number. It's just ridiculous.
Because of what you said.
We need to redo the keyboard according to usage.
I got to call you out on something here.
Yeah.
The cell phone wouldn't give you brain tumor or anything because it's photons and not electrons, which have mass.
But at high
destroy.
frequency, gamma rays are also photons, and when they are come off of the sun, we have to turn our communication satellites away from the sun and that's why they're hardened. They have a lead side to them, and we've actually just put a satellite on the other side of the sun so that they could see now the solar prominences before they get to the rim as it comes around and turn the satellites earlier. But gamma rays are also a problem in cancer research because, you see, I have 2 stents in my heart. They actually put a gamma ray emitter on my heart, 4 pieces of radioactive material, and I'm lying on the guy's table. And this is the guy who invented the stent, Dr. Schatz at the Green Hospital in La Jolla. And he says, we're going to use a gamma ray emitter because we found they're nicer to people than beta rays. And I said, well, what is the difference between a gamma ray and a beta ray? And he says, well, I don't know, but my radiologist does. And when he left the room, all the kids came from the different laboratories all around and said, you're the first guy who ever stuffed Dr. Schatz.
That's great.
But it's the same.
You don't want to be the first.
Well, nobody ever asks anything or is curious, and then they die. This is the problem with America. We never are preemptive. We never do anything from experience. We always do it because it already happened and we're going to stop it. Like now they're going to be more security at the airport.
Yeah.
Right now. Now let's do this.
After the fact.
After the, yeah, let's not kill some more people. And so, why do we elect old people if they don't use their experience? Because old people know this is their last job and they're going to have to set themselves up in some way and cheat, and go into lobbying. Whereas if we elected young people, they're idealistic and they don't. So I'd even redo. You couldn't get the 10 Commandments through Congress if Moses was buying drinks.
All right, Gallagher, breathe. We're going to smash stuff after the break.
Hey, do you want any dead air? That's what you get with Paulie.
We had him on once.
Yeah.
Maybe
Dead
twice.
air. You
Maybe
ask
twice.
him a question, he says yes or no, and then where the hell does it go?
Yeah, he was horrible.
We didn't like
He
him.
really was terrible.
And you don't like the stress
All right, we'll be
factor.
right back after this word here on the Opie, Anthony, and Gallagher show. You know, my middle name is Anthony.
Wait, we
Leo
almost went to
Anthony
break.
Gallagher.
We
We almost went to
Gallagher.
break. We almost got
Very
there.
close.
Take us to break, Gallagher.
It's the Opie, Anthony, and Gallagher show.
Robin, 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 Robin,